What's going on, guys? It's Geek Things from Geek Things Podcast, and I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's been coming up the last few weeks, months, years, whatever. So, the title of the video is, Should Nintendo Go Mobile? Which, I'm not really going to answer that question because I don't really have a opinion. Should they or should they not? I really don't care, just as long as they keep on making good games. But people are talking about, the predictions and estimates of what they're going to sell. Their forecast, they went down from like 8 million to 2 million, was crazy. So some would say maybe that their console division is dying very slowly. And then people would say, it's not a big deal because, they got so much money in reserve and stuff like that. To be honest with you, I think it's funny when they they can take losses for a few years. That's fine. It's like, one, they're a company. They're not going to take losses for a few years. I mean, what are you supposed to tell your shareholders? It's all right. Just wait 2 years. I know your stock and what your stock's worth is going to go down for 2 years, but bear with us. It's going to be great in 2 years. The stockholders aren't going to be into that. No, I'd be like, you're losing me money here. I spent this much money. Now it's worth this much, which is less. That's not going to happen. Please get something done. So a lot of people are saying, hey, let's go mobile. They should go mobile. And people are like, no, don't go mobile. And it's like, I think, why not? But their argument is, it's going to be terrible if they make this and put it on this. Don't do it. It's going to be horrible. Blah, 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 blah. And that's all they talk about is, Super Mario 3, it's terrible with touch controls. Sega has been doing it for forever, and nobody buys their games. Capcom, they stopped putting games over there because it doesn't work at the touch control. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I got it. I understand. Those games are terrible. If you put Mario Brothers 3 on an iPhone, it's not going to work well because touch controls are terrible. Touch controls in general are terrible. I understand. I get that. But that's all people are talking about is touch controls of the game. It's like, why do you have to put Super Mario Bros. 3 on the on iPhone at all? Why does it have to be Super Mario Bros. 3? Do you remember a game called New Super Mario Bros. On the DS? Remember that other than just that game, they had mini games. Why couldn't you hypothetically put mini games, cheap mini games, on an iPhone? They already had touch controls. There was a bunch of games that had touch controls that you could use a stylus for, and that's pretty much it. It's like, why couldn't you do that? 99-cent game of Mario pushing a snowball or something, whatever. Those are really, to be honest, those are really good games. Like a matching game with Mario stuff. I like matching game, even though how like when you were a kid you had to flip the cards with it. That's fun, and they even had that on Super Mario Brothers 3. Why don't you do that? That makes sense to me. You don't have to put a full-fledged retro game, because, we're all big into retro. Check out my shit in the back. I spent a lot of money on retro games. My collection's not huge, but I love retro video games. I'm not asking for Super Mario Bros. 3 to be on an iPhone, because it would be garbage, because touch controls are not good. But mini-games. Why can't you do mini-games? I'm not saying they should put stuff on mobile, but it's an idea, and I'm saying that for people that go, you can't, it doesn't have to be a full game. Come on. It could be anything. Fucking Super Mario Brothers Poker. Who gives a shit? As long as Luigi's winning, I'm happy. So, that's all I have to say about it. It's not a big deal if they go mobile. Just don't go mobile in the way that everybody else has gone mobile. Think of it differently. Nintendo's always done things different. You don't have to put Super Mario Bros. 1 on an iPhone, iOS, Android, or tablets. It doesn't have to be that way. But if you think smart about it and do a mini game where the touch controls really don't matter, where it works and it makes sense, think of DS games, like mini game things, like Clubhouse games. That would be perfect on a mobile phone, wouldn't it? It's just mini games. You can use touch controls. It's not a big deal. That's all I'm saying. Because people are stuck with, you can't play this on an iPhone. It won't work right. Why are you trying to play this on an iPhone? Put something that makes sense on a mobile system. And they're going to sell systems. Or not systems. They're going to sell games. 99 cents a piece. People buy it if it's good and it makes sense on a mobile system. Like an iOS, Android, be it a phone or a tablet. That's what they should do if they decided to do that. They won't do that because Nintendo's relatively stubborn. But it's not a big deal. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. Continue. The 3DS is selling like gangbusters. They're selling games like gangbusters. Maybe they should just focus on that then, and have the Wii U be its thing, doing its thing. But who knows? Mario Kart's coming out soon. Maybe it might sell like gangbusters then. You got Smash Bros. Come out. Maybe that might sell gangbusters. We know the Smash Brothers on the 3DS is probably going to sell like crazy. So, I don't know. That's just my idea. Everybody's freaking out about Nintendo. Don't do it because you're just going to put main games on it. Don't put main games on it. Put mini games. That's my idea. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, check it out, and hopefully Nintendo will figure it out soon. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.